The reason that I like ending this class with the insect project is that it does a really nice job combining organic and hard surface modeling techniques. What you'll see is that I'm going to start the project using organic modeling techniques, and then as I go through and add details, I'll move over to more hard surface. So I'm going to begin by going to Create, Polygon Primitives, and in this case I am going to use a cylinder. Just like with our finger models, I'm not going to use a 20-sided cylinder, I'm going to use an 8-sided cylinder. I'll give it maybe 3 or 4 divisions. As always, I like an 8-sided cylinder because if I go to the top view, in Edge mode, I can window select every other edge, taking the diagonal edges, press Delete, and that will give me 4-sided faces all the way around the cylinder. I will move into X-ray mode in the front view and the side view so that I can see my reference image through the cylinder. And then I'll just start modeling. I'm going to pull this up, and then over here I will rotate and scale, maybe to that point. That looks pretty good. Now I know you're thinking, oh yes, it looks just like a grasshopper already. It basically does. This isn't difficult. I'm just going to go into either vertex or edge mode and start taking my edge loops, moving them, and scaling them so that I can better fit the shape that I'm trying to make. I'm just going to rough out the body of the grasshopper. So I'm not going to put in any detail just yet. Each loop is just going to get a little bit moved, rotated, and scaled. This part is a little tricky because I've drawn the wing on top of the body, so I can't really see what's happening with the body. I'm just going to slim that out a little bit and maybe put it there. And that starts us moving into the tail. Maybe I'll make that even a little smaller. My goal, as always, is to keep my faces relatively square. I don't want to have any faces that are stretched, so my goal is really to average out the size of them. So this one and this one are fairly similar, this one and this one are similar, this one and this one are similar. Might make that even smaller. Okay, so that is the first part of the grasshopper's body. Next I need to make its tail, and the easiest way to do that is going to be to create a CV curve. Just draw right along here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 clicks. Press Enter. This is going to become my tail curve. So I'll name it Tail Curve. And this is going to be just like the flower stem. So I have the curve selected. I've shift selected the body. In face mode, I will select these 4 faces. And then when I extrude, you'll see that they move right along the curve. I am going to not offset. I'm going to change my number of divisions to match the number of points in my curve, which was 9. I think I'm going to do 8. I think 8 is going to give me a pretty good result there. Now you can see they're kind of getting a little bit bunched up over here. That does happen. That's okay. The other thing that I can do is over here in my channel box, my extrusion has a taper. The taper will allow me to make the extrusion bigger or smaller, so I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller. Now it matches that tail image a little bit better. And now I've got all these edges. I'm going to take them in edge mode. I can double click them, and I'm just going to even them out so that they match the reference plane and so that they match each other. The extrude command is nice, but it doesn't always give me exactly what I want, so it's good to be able to go back and adjust so that you can get exactly the faces that you need. Now you'll note that in my drawing, all of these faces represent little segments along the tail. But I'm not segmenting anything yet. I know that I can if I go back and bevel. But that's something for me to do later. I don't want to do any detail at this point. This is really just for me to block things out. Now this last section here, I know I've got that vertex in there. So I might switch over to vertex mode for this last edge. Just flip that around so I can match that angle. And now I'm doing a nice job matching my reference image. That basically finishes up the body. And now all I've got is the head. For the head, I might as well make a new polygon primitive cylinder. By the way, if you know you're going to be making a lot of 8-sided cylinders, one helpful thing you can do is run the cylinder command through the option box. By running the cylinder command through the option box, I can reset the default options so that I am making an 8 by 3 cylinder every time. And now this is my default cylinder. That doesn't fix the triangles in the bottom and the top, but it does make it a little bit easier for me to make a new cylinder. So I'll go ahead and with this one, just as with the last one, I will window select those 4 diagonal edges and delete them, giving me 4-sided faces all the way around. Now I'm going to use this exclusively to make the head of my grasshopper. So I'll come over here, maybe rotate it, certainly scale it, pull it up like that. And now in vertex mode, again, this is going to be a very rough model. I am going to use some soft select, and I'll start rotating this so that it starts to form some of this angle here. Go a little further. And I'll do the same thing with the bottom here. We'll take this, scale it, maybe move it down a little bit, perhaps like so. If I need to, I can go back and massage the interior edges, but for the moment I'm going to leave them alone. In face mode, I will turn soft select off, take these 4 faces and delete, come over to the body, take these 4 faces and delete, and now in object mode, take these 2, combine, edge mode, and bridge. And there we go. That is the entire body for my grasshopper. The things that I want you to get out of this are, number 1, when you start modeling, start by blocking. You always want to make your shapes as simple as you possibly can. Don't get caught up in the details, just block out the shapes. Number 2, be creative. If you think having a curve to extrude along will help, make a curve. If that curve is only going to confuse you, don't make a curve. Just do a regular extrusion. If making things out of different shapes is going to help you, make things out of different shapes. Maybe it would have been easier to make the tail out of a separate cylinder, combine and bridge. If making things out of separate shapes doesn't help you, don't do it. It might have been easier to extrude the head out of the body. It's perfectly valid to do it that way too. So just remember, block things out and try to keep this model as simple as you can at this point. There will be plenty of opportunity for adding detail later, but having a well blocked out base will help with everything. I will pause this video here and give you some time to block out your own insect model. When I see you again, we will start making some legs.